explaining or detecting whether UFOs are real, in determining whether UFOs are real. He said he did not say you will detect UFOs, which might have had him violating a secrecy oath.
Oh.
He said you will answer the question as to whether UFOs are real or not. And we've maintained a correspondence relationship ever since that conversation on the 6th of July, 2004.
Yeah.
So 15 years ago.
Well, listen, let's just do this for right now. There's got to be some young .com billionaires out there who might be interested in this kind of a thing. Who knows if it's the next Elon Musk that might want to help promote and or fund this project. How would they get a hold of you if that was the case?
You can just call me on the hotline.
There you go.
The UFO hotline, for anybody who's seen a UFO or who would like to speak with me, is simply area code 206-722-3000, 206-722-3000, and they are welcome to talk to me about that technology. It will, if we build a system and tweak it for detecting UFOs, it will end the debate once and for all as to whether UFOs are real or not.
And I'll bet you could come up with graphs of how many and how often and all that stuff. That would be very easily done. Oh, my gosh. Well, maybe this is the year, Peter, 2019. I just want to make sure that someone out there is, if they're listening, if they know someone who might be interested in this, please get a hold of Peter. By the way, there are the rest of us out there. Peter has been doing this for over 24 years. Basically out of his own hip pocket. If there's any kind of a donation that you want to make at the beginning of this year to help the National UFO Reporting Center, whether it's $5 or whether it's $100, that would be wonderful. You can always get a hold of actually you can just mail a check to that P.O. box, right, Peter? You want to mention that?
They can indeed. Our mailing box, P.O. box in Washington State, is the National UFO Reporting Center, or NUFORC, P.O. Box 700, P.O. Box 700, and that is Davenport, Washington, Davenport, Washington, and the zip code is 99122.
I think that is great. You've got your own town out there, Peter. You've got the abandoned missile site, you've got a town, and your own P.O. box, so if anyone out there wants to make a donation to the National UFO Reporting Center, just, I'll tell you what, just to thank Peter for all of his years and years of unselfish work and basically doing this for us. So thank you very much, Peter. By the way, I think that's all we have time for tonight, but I want to wish you a wonderful 2019. You just started the thing off with a blockbuster tonight.
Good. Well, I hope people enjoyed it, and I'm going to stay tuned on the internet and listen to the rest of the program. You've got some very interesting guests lined up, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you again, Peter. Good night.
Thank you, Michael. Good night.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, right off the bat here, we're talking multiple sighting reports. Well, he spanned all the way from East Haven, Connecticut, or Ormond Beach, Florida, January 3rd, out there in East Hampton, Massachusetts, and Gastonia, North Carolina. Oh, orange fireballs all over the place. That is fascinating stuff. Okay, well, now we're going to go switch over to, from UFO reports, we're going to switch over to the general weirdness of Pacific North weird reports from Vince Inzunza. Vince, are you on the line?
I'm right here, Michael.
Wonderful. Well, Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Well, why don't you tell us what's going on in your life since we spoke last week, now that the new year is underway?
Okay, well, the new year in the Pacific Northwest got off to a big kick recently. A 20th severed foot has been found
Are you
this
kidding
time
me?
I'm not kidding, yeah, off of Jetty Island, which I believe is near Everett, Washington.
Yes.
For the members of the audience who don't know, this is the 20th in a series of severed feet that have been found for the past dozen years or so, most of which have been found near Vancouver Island. They've been finding just random feet floating to the shore, wearing tennis shoes. Oftentimes they can't figure out where they came from. Sometimes they can. But it's a very rare, weird thing that so many feet would just show up in a rather close geographic space within a rather close span of time.
Oh, my goodness. Now, let's just clarify. We're talking human feet here, not Bigfoot or cryptid feet, right?
Right. Just your normal garden variety Homo sapien feet.
Okay, Homo sapien feet. And do we know, have you heard whether is predominantly 1 foot or a right foot, a left foot? Do you know that?
That's a really interesting question, and actually I don't know that. I'd like to find that out.
But you're saying that this is about the 20th find of this kind in the last few years, you said?
Dozen years, probably.
Yeah.
I think it started in 2007, maybe.
Okay.
Up in Vancouver Island, British Columbia. And many of the, maybe 4 of the feet have been matched as pairs, belonging to 2 different people. A few of them have been identified as suicide victims or people who died in plane crashes. The rest, they just don't know where they came from. But it is considered a statistic anomaly that so many will show up in one general geographic area. As you understand, Washington and B.C. are virtually the same geographic area. So it's kind of interesting that these feet are drawn, to this area.
Well, it is. I mean, given the fact that we've got a lot of ocean out there, we got Atlantic oceans, and then down south we've got the Gulf of Mexico, and none of those are making the news, only on the Pacific Northwest area there. Oh.
Yeah. This is truly the Pacific Northwest.
And it sounds like you're at a party, right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I just got done with some heavy research with my good buddy Tyler Bounds. Researching some Bigfoot lore in Lewis County, and thought we'd. I always enjoy talking to you, Michael, on your show with a drink in my hand.
Well, of course, and you got to give a shout out to Tyler for us here on Night Dreams Talk Radio. I know that you and him are an infamous pair out there doing the Bigfoot researches. Matter of fact, I remember you and Tyler making the trip to Bluff Creek this summer and coming up with that video. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. Tyler was my main road trip buddy down to Willow Creek and Bluff Creek. And he's taught me a whole lot about the Bigfoot community, the various personalities within that. And he's a really great creative partner.
Yeah. Well, good. Make sure that he knows that we appreciate him here at Night Dreams Talk Radio and all you guys as road trips. And thank you for all the videos that you guys do to record all these things. We enjoy it vicariously out in the safety of our own homes, and you guys are out in the wilderness. So what else you got going here this year? Anything else that we should know about?
Well, I actually had a really interesting, fun thing happen to me about 3 days ago, which I'd like to share with you. This is a really good, a good life affirmation, feel good story. So I'm on lunch break for my work, and I'm driving back to headquarters, and I'm in Tumwater, Washington, which is a small town just south of Olympia, Washington. And it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm at a stoplight, and this minivan pulls up to my left, and I glance over, and the woman in the passenger seat is motioning to me to roll my window down. And I'm like, okay. So I roll the window down, and she holds up this sticker and says, "Hey, do you want a Bigfoot sticker for your car?" And I'm like, well, hell yeah, I want a Bigfoot sticker for my car. And I reach out, she reaches out. We're almost like, the Sistine Chapel, God and man trying to touch, the fingers barely meeting. And we're not quite reaching, and she has to open up her door and get out and puts one foot on the pavement, leans out further, hands me this beautiful sticker of the state of Washington with a Sasquatch on a surfboard. Oh, and I've never seen it before. And I give her a thumbs up, the light turns green, and we drive off. And it was just this random happenstance thing where this person obviously saw all the Bigfoot stickers on the back of my car, saw me, and thought, let's just give this stranger a great gift. And that just made me feel really great about life. I think Bigfoot truly brings people together. When you go to Bigfoot conferences, when you talk about Bigfoot to people, political divisions dissolve. It doesn't matter what sexual orientation you are, or who you voted for, or what you ate for dinner, or what your philosophy or religion is. We're all kind of the same, and we're all one big family when we're talking about Bigfoot.
Oh, that is just fascinating. You're just driving down the road, stopped at the stoplight, and not even a lady in a Range Rover or a Jeep. This is a lady in a minivan who has a Bigfoot sticker that gives to you. You wonder where the heck she got this Bigfoot sticker. Did you notice that she had a whole lot of other stickers on her car that was in the same vein?
As far as I could tell, it was a completely clean minivan. No stickers on it. And I have no idea where she got the sticker, who this person is. And I suspect I'll never know, which is kind of wonderful.
Yeah. No, that's it's like an angel passing in the night, dropping off something of value. That's wonderful. Great story. Well, and I know that on Pacific North Weird, you've actually posted a photograph of that sticker so people can check it out, I'm sure. They can check out the back of your car, which is a unique thing in itself with all the unique stickers you've got on there. I like it.
Yeah. I really like to wear my weirdness on my sleeve, in all walks of life, whether it be a T-shirt I'm wearing, a patch or button on my jacket, or the various stickers on my car.
Yes, definitely. Well, and we'll probably let you go here pretty soon so you can finish that beer with Tyler, but what are you looking forward to this year that you might be able to give us a hint about that you've got planned?
Well, we're working on a few really big projects, one of which I've been researching with Tyler today. It's the Rant Mullins project, which I've talked about on your show before, but basically we have possession of some one-of-a-kind audio recordings of the world's first purported Bigfoot hoaxer, who lived in Lewis County, Washington, and claimed to have carved out these fake Bigfoot feet back in 1930 to prank some huckleberry pickers in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. And we've got some audio recordings of him. And the man is, at the time when it was recorded, early 80s, he was born in 1897. So he's in his mid-80s at the time, and he's very hard to understand. So I've been transcribing it, putting in about 14 hours of work, just figuring out what he's saying. And there's little mystery spots. So, I've been working with Tyler to look up various genealogy records and evidence just to kind of give us an idea of certain words that he's saying. And that's going to be a pretty huge thing once we release it. I think it will be extremely valuable to the Bigfoot community, just on a cultural level.
Well, it will be, and also it'd be interesting to find out what his motivation was out there in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest, because obviously there have been massive Bigfoot sightings in that general area also.
Yeah, absolutely. That's prime Bigfoot country, and the sentiment that I get from the recordings that I can understand is that he simply just was a early 30s guy